Good day, everyone. Day 33. Wow, 7 days to go. Friday, 27th December 2024. I hope you're enjoying your festive season. Let us well as we reach. Yeah, today, the topic that I want to start. I don't know if it's going to take me more than one day, but the topic is trauma. Yes, lessons I've learned. Recently, no more than 3 years ago, I got to know what was trauma. I started I'm actively taking interest in really knowing what I can do to make myself better, discovering myself, why I do some things, why I act the way I do, what has informed it, and all that. I had to embark on many paid courses, and I've been able to understand that everybody has trauma. In fact, reading the Bible from Genesis, not anybody is in any trauma. I started having trauma from Adam shifting blame to Eve shifting blame to the serpent. And whoever you blame is whoever you actively or unconsciously submit authority to. If you don't take responsibility, you're unconsciously reneging the authority to the person that you're shifting the blame to. So it's high time we learn that either it was our fault or not, either you didn't beg to be born or not. Nobody taught you what song. Biggie biggie, heavy. Everybody flying like me. A big dancer. Yeah. Baby, don't be afraid. It came to your soul without permission. So that same way, that trauma syndromes and all that, so it came to your soul without permission, and you have to do something about it. You can't be perfect, but you won't want to pass down this version of yours to the next generation. So I just started to just I've been hearing trauma, and the way it has been defined in my head has been wrong. Looking it up yesterday, I just realized that really I was trying to prepare for what I'll talk about today. So I prepared for it. Like when I recorded this, it was a day before the day I'm recording it that I checked it up to just even know I need to not just come here and talk to learned people out of just ordinary intuition, and intuition is even fueled by knowledge. It's fueled by understanding. So I need to understand my books too. So I wanted to just have a brief of what it is about, what Google has to say about it. And the one that interested me most, that I had to screenshot and talk about, is the one by APA, American Psychological Association. And this is it. Trauma is a long read, so please bear with me. Trauma, like when I saw it, it was amazing, amusing. Like seriously, I'll tell you the reason after reading it. Trauma is an emotional response to a terrible event, like an accident, crime, natural disaster, physical or emotional abuse, neglect, experiencing or witnessing violence, death of a loved one, war, and more. Immediately after the event, shock and denial are typical. Longer term reactions include unpredictable emotions, flashbacks, strained relationships, and even physical symptoms like headaches or nausea. While these feelings are normal, some people have difficulty moving on. Let me give me that paragraph. While these feelings are normal, some people have difficulty moving on with their lives. Psychologists can help them find constructive ways of managing their emotions. This is adapted from recovering emotionally from disaster. So really, trauma is not actually what happened to you. When you hear people say, I'm trying to get out of my trauma, the way it sounded to me before now was that trauma is those things that happened. Is those rape, those molestation, those family roller coaster events, separation, divorce, heartbreaks, breakfasts. You get all these events that they just summarize their accidents and neglect, abuse, emotional and physical abuse in different ways, death of a loved one. That's what I was thinking, that it was trauma itself. But no, trauma is not the event. Trauma is your response to the event. I hope it is making sense. Those events, maybe further study will actually help us to label what it is. But trauma, at least if we don't know what something is, we should know what it is not. Trauma is not the event, it's not the collaboration of whatever you have experienced in life, the difficulties, the ups and downs, the whatever you might want to say, all the things that you have witnessed in this life that are unpalatable or palatable, manageable or unmanageable, all the things that you have survived, especially that is not on the positive side, that is not trauma. Those things are not trauma in the real sense of it. Trauma is the response that comes out, just like action versus reaction is the reaction. And like I used to say, if for example I didn't google this, if we are 7 billion in this world, we have the rights to be creative with our response to whatever is happening to us. Someone might lose somebody that is so close to them, and they assume that they are going to move on by just focusing on work. One way or the other, activities will be going on your mind, in your emotions, that will push you to do some things that will, if you want to be sincere with yourself, you will know that this is not me. This is a refined, in quotes, me, refined from activities. So that all the way we react, that we jump, we flare up, we quarrel, we do different kind of things. We tend to deceive ourselves, like, you move on, you just is nobody to help you, you have to stand up and move on. Life, that is life. All those chronic and feigned advices to just keep pushing you, and you are not even taking time to do therapy, you're not taking time to check if you're still normal, you're suppressing feelings, you're suppressing emotions. You're being told that it is manly to cry. Who did not cry when they were born? If you did not cry when you were born, maybe you should ask how the nurses mercilessly slapped you, just to be sure that you might not even if it's not a stillbirth, but you can see that your eyes are open, or maybe because this is child's at birth, they have their eyes open, unlike days. Things are getting better these days, like technology is getting advanced and all that. So you cried when you were born, for them to ascertain and certify and hand over to your parent that you are now declared born and alive. Is that same view that they are telling that men don't cry? So my point today is to define what trauma is. Trauma is not the breakup. Trauma is not the events put together that are part of your unpalatable event structure. Trauma is your response to those events. Trauma is your response. So if what you are acting out is not healthy, you know that you have some things to deal with. Trauma is the scent that comes out from piled up issues. Trauma is the response, is the way you relate with whichever, however. Trauma is not the compendium of the events. Trauma is how you respond, by jacking off, by drinking, by alcohol, by entering into. Tomorrow we'll talk about the main trauma, the details of what the trauma is all about. Okay, but I wanted to just establish it today, what trauma is not and what trauma is. Thank you so much.